Hello and welcome to the second channel for Tales from the Trip. I'm your host, the Trip Keeper, and on today's video, we're going to be doing a little more personal video as I'm going to be talking about my actual full-time job that I have at the post office and why I, start to like it even more than when I, started. When I started, not the biggest fan. But when you start off at the post office, your life is pretty much hell. As a CCA is what they call it when you become when you're delivering mail. They call it a CCA, and you basically have to do all the dirty work. And you have to like do it, and there's nothing they can say. At least when I was there, but now the union has changed. There's a lot more rights for CCAs, which is really good. They can't work more than 12 hours. So yeah, I was because as a CCA, there would be times where I'd be working till 8, 9 o'clock, starting at 8. So it was pretty bad. When I first started, I had a pretty bad time, but now that I've settled in, I have my own route. I've been a regular for 3 something years now, and yeah, everything is just going smoothly there. Have a but yeah, I just wanted to talk about the reasons why I like it. But first off, I want to give a couple things I still dislike about the job because you can't, I'm not going to just say things I like because everyone knows the post office is a tough place to work. So I just have a couple here, definitely a lot less than all the things I like. So, and I don't want to say anything bad, like too bad about the post office, because it is my job and everything. But I do want to be upfront with you guys about it in case you guys wanted to actually apply, and get started. Because if you're looking for some money, hey, it's a great option. So the things I don't like, the bad dogs, they ruin dogs for me. Dogs are very annoying, especially when they just have a loud ass bark, like dogs that are just like they go through the mailbox. Like there's these things called slot boxes. Most of the old houses have them. It's basically a mailbox that's attached to the house already. Like lifts up. There's a little flap, and it's like a little rectangle thing in there, and it goes into the house. Well, sometimes dogs go into that slot box inside the house and they bark through it, and it is so loud. Oh my god. I have a lot of dogs on my route that are very, very loud and very annoying. And ever since I've started here, I've met a lot of bad dogs. Now, I'm not going to say that there aren't any good dogs because there are. There's lots of good dogs, but there's mostly bad dogs. I mean, they're not bad dogs for their families, but bad dogs for us mailmen because they're so stupid. Every time you go to a house, every day you would think that they would see you and be like, all right, this guy is not attacking me, is not attacking my family, there's no threat to my owners or anything, and they bring me Chewy, so I'm gonna stop barking at them. But nope, they bark at you no matter what every single day. The little shit ones are the ones that are the worst. I hate the little Chihuahua fucking dogs that just, oh my god, they're so I just want to crush their skull. I hate them so much. So yeah, it kind of ruined dogs for me. I don't actually want to crush their skull. Like it's just they get annoying. Because you say anything on the internet nowadays, people take it out of context and they like to say that. So I don't actually want to do that. Like metaphorically, I would like to push them into a boiling pot of grease. I don't know. No, but sometimes that's how it makes me feel. But yeah, no, they definitely ruin dogs for me. There's still the good dogs I come across. There's not really a specific breed that really is good or bad. I've met a lot. Mostly the dogs that are the worst are probably the Rottweilers. Well, I shouldn't say worst, but scariest. Rottweilers, German Shepherds, and Pit Bulls. Those are the three, most terrifying dogs to come across. Because I had a German Shepherd come at me before, and it was a big ass German Shepherd. It was like a wolf, and that was the first time a dog ever came at me. And that was actually, I think, my first panic attack I've ever had before I started having panic attacks. Because I was freaking. I wasn't a panic attack. I was just in shock. I just couldn't believe I survived that. Because the dog, it was a she. Yeah, she just came out at me running, and then the owner grabbed her just before she got to me. So it was pretty terrifying. I still remember her name. Her name was Casey. And then there was another dog that ran at me. I don't know what kind it was. I think it was a pit bull, and it almost got me too. But I ran for my life from that. I was outrunning the dog. I never had so much adrenaline in my life, dude. I was fucking out, like, going like crazy. Now you're not supposed to run. Like if a smaller dog comes out at me, I'm not running. But like a big dog like that, it's not stopping. All right, it's not stopping. I don't even know how I survived that, dude. That fucking I always avoided that house if the door was open. That's what you got to do, because when customers get very annoyed when you don't deliver to the house when their door is open and they have a bad dog. It's like, dude, if you just closed your door, I would deliver to your house. Like, not saying like the door is actually open, but like the screen door, is there. Like dogs can easily push that open. Like there's little dogs that won't be able to, which I'm not afraid of. And if I know that the dog is not going to go up on the door, I will still deliver it. But if you have a big dog and I know it barks at me like crazy and wants to kill me, I'm not going up there. And don't ask for your damn mail either, because you're still opening your door and there's a chance that the dog might come out still. So just you'll get it tomorrow or whenever you decide to close your door. I have a couple of houses on my route where I have to bring the mail back because they always have their door open. And it's really annoying because the one dog came at me and I sprayed it actually. We have special dog spray. And it works. It definitely works. I haven't used it on a big dog because the big dogs that came at me, I got traumatized and I almost died. But yeah, you just got to be aware of your surroundings because even the little shits they can still. I got bit by two little shit dogs, and they were it kind of hurt still a little bit. So dogs come out at you. It's not a very often thing, but it does happen. You just gotta, like I said, you gotta be aware. But yeah, that dog spray really helps, at least with the smaller dogs and the medium-sized dogs maybe, because when you spray them, they go like and they run back inside. But yeah, usually if you pull out your satchel and you scream at them. I've learned that there was a dog that came out at me once before. I screamed as loud as I could at that dog, and the whole street probably fucking heard me. It was like a half a mile street or whatever. And it was, dude, my vocal cords have never gotten that high before. Like I terrified the owner too. Like he didn't even apologize or nothing. He just walked inside. He was like, "Oh my God, dude, that could have been bad." But yeah, no, I screamed the fuck at that dog, and that dog ran right back inside, dude. So things you gotta learn: if a dog comes out at you, scream at it. Don't run. Stay in front of it. Make sure you pull out your satchel and you have your dog spray ready. And yeah, but if sometimes a dog will come at you and then the owner will be out there and be like, "Hey, get back over here." And then the dog will be like indecisive about what it wants to do. Do I want to attack or should I go back? So it like comes up to you, but then when you turn around, that's when they come back at you. So you cannot turn around. You always have to be facing them until they're safely away with their owner back in the house or behind a fence, something like that. But yeah, I kind of went on for a long time about dogs, but I just have strong opinions on them. There's still people at the post office who like dogs. I still like dogs. I just don't. I used to like dogs more than cats before I got a cat. Actually, this job made me get a cat because cats always came up to me and I thought it was so cute. I'm like, I never knew cats were this nice before. I didn't care for cats at all before I got this job. So yeah, that's a good thing. I didn't write that one down, but that's a good thing that the job brought me. It brought me Ozzy, because I would have never got Ozzy if I would have never got this job, because I would never thought about getting a cat. But yeah, all the cats, the worst thing a cat can do is hiss at you. That's why I like cats so much. They don't bother you. They look at you. They're very interested. And sometimes, well, most of the time they come up to you or they run away because they're scared. So cats are just a lot better, a lot better than dogs, in my opinion. But if you disagree with that, that's fine. I mean, it's all. If you worked at the post office, it would be probably a different story. But yeah. All right, the next thing, getting up at 5:30. I don't have to get up at 5:30 every morning, but I do because I have to take 2 shits in the morning and I have to shower. So I take one. This is my morning routine. I get up, go straight to the bathroom, take my first shit, then I go make my lunch, and then I wait until 6:20. and then I go and sit on the toilet again and wait for the second shit. Sometimes the second shit doesn't come out, but most of the time it does. TMI, I guess. And then usually around 6:30 to 6:45, I'll hop in the shower, and I'll get out by like before 7, and then I'll leave the house around 7:09, 7:10, get to work at like 7:23, 7:24. I live like 12, 13, 14 minutes away from the post office. It all depends on how the traffic is. Some people like to drive fucking slow when I'm going into work because it's just a one straight road all the way there basically until, you turn onto the other main road it comes off of. But yeah, so yeah, getting up at 5:30 I don't like when I'm extremely tired. And it's very hard work, this job. That's another thing. I it's kind of rewarding at the same time. Like, it could be in the positives, but it is very hard, especially when you, like what I said about being a CCA. It's hard when you start off, like really, really hard. And most, like half the people don't make it because they just can't do it. There's people who just really, they're not born for it. It's really a tough job. We had a corrections officer or someone who worked in a prison and was next to prisoners all their time, and they quit like right away because they hated the job so much. So it just goes to show you. And people who were in the military war, I've seen people who have quit from there. It's just crazy how, like, some people can't handle it, but I mean, it's not crazy that some people can't handle it because it's not shocking at all. I just do it because I like to work. I like hard work, but it is very hard. That's all I just want to say. Now, it's not just, people think it's like, oh, you just deliver mail. How hard can it be? Dude, so I'm going to get into detail about a positive one about my best friend. But he got a job at the post office, and whenever I would not want to hang out with him after work, he would always kind of like, it would kind of make him upset and like mad a little bit. But now that he works here, he understands the pain now. He knows what it's like. So now, when you don't want to hang out, he's like, all right, no, fuck it, I totally understand. But before it was like, oh man, okay. But yeah, no, if you don't work here, you don't know. Because literally there are people who think it's just a glorified fucking milk delivery man. Like, that's what people think. Or glorified paper boy is what a Republican senator called it before. So yeah, that person can go fuck off. I don't like when there's heavy packages in mail. I mean, that's a given on Mondays, Saturdays, that kind of sucks. Management can be very evil and uncaring, like they do not give a shit about your health or what you do. They just want to get the mail out and delivered. Some offices can be really bad. When I first started, we had a terrible, terrible, terrible supervisor. She was just really mean. She made me work 16 days in a row, and I'm talking about working Sundays. This is when I was a CCA. I worked 16 fucking days in a row, and you could tell I was not doing this YouTube when I was doing that. That was before I came back on and started doing YouTube again. But yeah, no, she made me suffer, and I mean, you're making good money as a CCA because you're always working, but yeah, no, that was really evil to do to somebody. Like 16 fucking days, 16 days, and that's I don't know how many hours that is, but it's off the top of my head, but it's a lot. But now I have good management, and we'll get into it. They don't care about our concerns or shady practices, so I guess that kind of goes with the not caring. They're very not caring. But when we have things that we want to bring up, they listen to it and then they don't. They just goes right out their ear. It's just stupid shit like that. And then when you're delivering, the next one is when you run into retired carriers who talk to you forever, dude. Retired mail carriers, they will keep you like fucking just talking to you for forever. There was this one guy that's really fucking annoying, and I cannot stand him. When I came across him, I always avoided his house after my 2 interactions with him. He kept me there for an hour twice talking to me about stupid shit, about how he was at the post office and how his fucking shoes never smelled because he had a special shoe, and it was just so fucking stupid. Luckily, it was an easy route, so I still got it done in time. But man, dude, when these retired carriers, they have nothing better to do, I guess, and it's just really fucking annoying. Like, you should know, like, oh, they they don't care about you there anyway, so you could talk to me for an hour. Like, okay, I understand that the post office, they don't care about you sometimes, but like I don't want to spend an hour talking to you about stupid fucking shit that I could care less about. Like, it's so stupid. I really hate it when I come across a retired carrier. Now, not all of them are like that. They don't always go like that, but they still, I always say when you talk to a customer, don't make it more than a minute long. Like, a minute long is about what it's about to be. But some customers just like to keep talking. Luckily, on my route, I don't have any bad customers. I haven't come across any bad ones yet, so that's good. And then the last thing I put here for things I don't like is how I feel the tiredness and fatigue from working. Like, you get very, very tired. If you're an insomniac and you want to fix your problem, work at the post office and you'll get it fixed right up, because you will be so tired you'll want to go to sleep every fucking day. So it's very hard for me to go out on Saturdays, but I push myself to, because I'm off on Sunday, so at least I know I can stay up late, and I don't have to worry about it. I'll stay up as late as I can. You can't really stay up that long when you're working at the post office. So you just get very tired, yawning, and oh yeah. But yeah, it's a very tiring job. Very, very tiring. So now that we got that out of the way, let's do the things I like about this job, the things that, why you clicked on this video. But I thought I would do the things I didn't like, just to, say, just, you have to give your full opinions on it. I like, first thing I put here is the walking slash exercise slash keeps me in shape slash what they did to my calves. What they did to my calves look fucking amazing. My calves are like the best looking body part on my body. I really like the way, like, it's defined. It's a very, like, you look at any mailman calf, especially ones who have been working there for a long time, like the older carriers. There's this one guy whose calves are so defined that it just looks like crazy. But yeah, no, your legs get very muscular. They really do. But I do like the walking. I love to walk. I walk about 19 to 23,000 steps per day, and that's, I don't know how many miles, but I'll have to figure it out one day. But yeah, it just keeps me in shape. I like how it keeps me in shape, and you don't have to, like, eat you don't have to eat the healthiest foods all the time to stay in shape. You can eat whatever the fuck you want most of the time. I mean, I don't do that, because, like, you got to watch what you eat, but, like, you don't have to always watch what you eat. You don't have to worry about it, because you're just always walking. You're burning calories. You're burning calories like crazy, especially in the summertime. Like today, it ended up being like 85 degrees outside when it was 52 degrees in the morning. That made no sense. Speaking of mornings, peaceful mornings is my next thing on here. I love it when it's quiet out in the morning and no one's out, no one's on the road. Yeah. Okay, so another thing I don't like, it was the heat. The heat in the summertime. It's one of the worst things ever. So I forgot to put that in there. But yeah, the peaceful mornings where it's quiet, you just listen to music too or whatever. It's a very relaxing and peaceful time. Very relaxing. Next thing I put are my coworkers. I do love my coworkers. I think they're really cool. We've definitely built up a relationship. Some I would call even friends. But hey, there's still a coworker I do not like there. Cannot stand seeing them every single day. But luckily, I don't really come close to them. And, when you're in the office, you're sectioned it by your case. So you have basically the people around you to talk to, and that's it. And then you go outside, and then you load up, and you do all the dilly-dallying, and then blah, blah, blah. Then you start your day. But yeah, no, I love my coworkers. They're really funny, and we talk about sports a lot. They're very sporty. But yeah, no, I've been working at that office. Well, I've been working total for 5 years now. 5 years and 4 months I've been working at the post office, almost. But I've been regular for 3 years. And becoming regular is when you're done being a CCA, routes have opened up, and then you can make regular. They call it making regular. So basically, that's when you get the benefits. You get your days off, your scheduled days off, and then you get vacation time at the beginning of the year. You get sick leave. So yeah, you get all that crap. You get annual as a CCA. You built it up. If you work 40, every 40 hours you work, you get 4 hours of annual, and that's how it works for sick time when you're a regular. So, yeah. Uh, Next thing I like, at least at my office, I really enjoy my supervisor and my manager. My manager doesn't really come out, and that's what I like about her. She's my last manager. She would come out every day and talk for like 10 minutes in the morning. Sometimes be, just stuff that we don't really care about, we don't need to hear. But this new manager that we got, well, she's not new, but the next one that we got, she just kind of stays in her office most of the time. But she comes out every once in a while. I don't really see her too often. She might come out after I leave, but yeah, no, I like that reserved kind of feeling because it's kind of respectful. Like she only comes out if it's like a really major emergency if she wants to speak about something. But yeah, no, I really enjoy having a manager like that because it's just I do not like just I don't know, every problem being talked about. I don't like that. I just handle it, keep it away from us. And then my supervisor is really chill. He's a really cool guy. So I really like my supervisor. He's a little bit too chill though at points. But yeah, no, that could be a little bit of a downfall a little bit. But no, mostly I mean, he's like the chillest guy ever. But he can't be serious. Next thing are the benefits, especially now that I've been hospitalized and going to the doctor and doing all this crap. I love getting the benefits and then getting my prescriptions that are a lot cheaper. They would cost you a lot of money if you didn't have your Blue Cross Blue Shield. That's what I have. So I have Blue Cross Blue Shield. Now they do take a lot of your money away every paycheck, but it's worth it once you actually have to get checked up on. But you still have to pay for copays and stuff. Like copays aren't too bad, but it's still. I wish I didn't have to pay for copays. I wish we'd all have universal health care. That's what I really want, but that's not going to happen. So, at least not in America. But it happens other places, and they're thriving. So, next thing I put on here is the pay. The pay is actually really good. Starting off now, people, I don't. How much do people get paid now? How much do you? I think it's like $20. Start off with pay wise at the post office. Okay, yeah, like $19. Yeah, no, I don't know. That doesn't sound right. An office, I don't even know we have an office assistant. Um, huh. I think it's like 19 to $20 they start off at. I think I started off at like 17 or 18, but now, everything's so expensive and everything's going up. So, that has to go up. Also, if you haven't seen my newest video that I uploaded on my main channel, 5-MeO DMT Destroyed This Man's Soul, please watch that after this, though. But yeah, I like the pay. The pay is good. The pay is good. Next thing I like is building a camaraderie with the customers. Having your own route really helps with that. For my route, I made these special cards. I ordered 500 of these cards that said, "Hello, my name is blank." I'm not going to say my name. And I'm your new mailman. Let me know if you have any questions or something like that. I put it on these little postcard things, and I put my Snapchat Bitmoji on there. Yeah, so took the time to deliver that to every customer, and every customer knows my name now. They all say hi to me. They're like, "Hey, how you doing?" Blank name. When they're walking their dog or whatever. They're good dogs. But yeah, no, it's funny when someone calls my name and I'm like, oh shit, I never even talked to this person yet, but they know my name. So they kept it at least. And so what I'm gonna do for Christmas is I'm gonna make more cards. I'm gonna order it. You just go on Vistaprint. It was like $50 for 500 of them, but trust me, it's worth it because you're gonna get tipped in the wintertime and in Christmas time. Some carriers get like thousands of dollars just from tips. So I'm trying to I want to do that. I've always gotten jealous when I've had to, grab the money for the carriers I'm doing the route for. But now that I have my own, I can get I can receive those tips. You know, it's not technically you're not supposed to take the gifts or anything, but you know what they you're gonna you're gonna want it. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna. It's money. You know, it's a great addition to the family and your wallet. But yeah, I'm gonna create Christmas cards, and I'm thinking about taping like candy canes or like chocolates to it, and that'll really like get the customers like. They'll really like that. They said they never had a mailman make cards for them, so that was really cool to hear that I was the first person to do that. So it's a really good idea if you're working there at the post office right now and you got your own route. If you don't have your own route, then don't do it. I mean, you can't. But if you have your own route, I recommend making cards because that can really build up a camaraderie with your customers, and you can be very, they can be very nice to you. They treat me well. They give me waters. I mean, some of them give me pops, but I don't like pop. I always I have to take it though. I don't want to turn it down, but like I don't drink pop or sody, whatever you want to call it, soda pop, soda, fucking whatever. And then getting snacks as well. But yeah, getting the water and the heat really helps. That's what I like. Next thing I know, this is or next thing that I like is the area I deliver in slash my route. I love where I deliver in. It's very peaceful there. It's such a nice area. I'm surprised I got the damn route. The route is very easy. It doesn't get that many packages compared to other routes. Like you know, on average, I'm getting like 45 packages a day. Like that's nothing compared to some routes. Some routes get like 60 to 70 per day. It's crazy. But on Mondays, it's very unpredictable. I can, maybe it'll be a day where I get like 80 something. The most I've ever had ever since I got this route a couple months ago. It's been how long now? I don't even know. But the most I've ever gotten was 89 packages. And the least I've ever gotten was like 13. So yeah, that was cool. Some routes are really good with packages, but other routes are really terrible. But yeah. The next thing, I mentioned this before, but that I get to work with my best friend. I got him in. I spoke with the manager asking if I can have my friend come in here because it's not, she doesn't have control of who they accept, but I made sure that she like saw his application. I was like, dude, you gotta accept him if he gets through the interviewing process and everything. Make sure you take him in. But yeah, it's really cool. I get to we talk on the phone pretty much all day, and just seeing each other in the office, seeing each other every day. Is really cool. We get to build that relationship up, and it's really really fun that I get to do that. Next thing is having a set schedule. So how the days off work? So I am off next Tuesday, and after that I'm off on the next Wednesday, and then after that I'm off on the next Thursday. So it goes in order. So like if you're off on a Tuesday, then the next week you'll be off on Wednesday, and it just goes up until you get to Friday. That's when you get your long weekend. You get Friday, Saturday, and then your Sunday. Once you become regular, you get Sundays off. That's another bad thing about being a CCA. You got to work on Sundays, and you just deliver packages the whole time, and they could be really bad. When I first started, it wasn't bad at all. I'd be out by like 11 o'clock, and I'd go to Cedar Point the rest of the day, but it became to the point where I was working 12-hour shifts there, and it was terrible. It'd be like from 7 to 7. But yeah, no. But you get the Sundays off. And then another thing that's cool, just the recent Labor Day holiday. Since my scheduled day off was Monday, that was the same day as Labor Day. So since everyone gets that day off, you get to have that Saturday off. So I was off Saturday. Okay, so since I had to go to the doctor, I was off Friday. That doesn't count. I would have been working Friday. So I was off Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So you get another 3-day weekend basically. But if there's a holiday, let's say on like a Thursday, and you're supposed to be off on Thursday, then you're off on that Wednesday too. So you get both of the days off. So that's really cool. And then you get paid for the holiday, which is really good. I mean, I'm not surprised because it's a federal job, but. Ozzy's going crazy. He's got the zoomies right now. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Ozzy, stop it. You're scaring me. And then I got one more thing I like. Uh, it's I can still work on YouTube even though it's stressful. Yeah, it's still a little stressful working on a video like this video I just uploaded today. I did that after work. I got home at like 4:45, and then I spent 15 minutes, or I spent like 45 minutes. I was on the phone with my mom, and then I was working on the merch. I was trying to figure out what else to do, and then I was uploading the my last live stream I did, the Come Hang Out With Me live stream on Spotify, and then also the Trip Sitters podcast from yesterday on there. Go check that out if you missed it. It was a great talk with Vivek, by the way. And then I started reading the story. I found the 5-MeO DMT story. I didn't want to find a longer story because it's just when you work on videos after work, like it is tiring. You're not stopping. Like this is another video, but like this is kind of like a little bit of a therapy session just to talk about my job, which is actually really really fun that I can do that. I don't know how many views this video is going to get. It could be anywhere from 500 to 2,000. I don't know. I don't think it's going to get that much, but I figured I would do it because I want to talk about it. But yeah, no, I always work on my channel on my days off, but there's rare times where I get a day off and I don't actually have to work on anything, but usually I'm always working on something because I like to keep my mind occupied, because if my mind is occupied, then I'm less anxious and depressed. But when I'm in my own thoughts, that's when my mental disorders start arising. But when I'm doing YouTube, all that shit just gets pushed away. That's why I like it, even though it's stressful to have to do the post office and make YouTube videos at the same time. It's well worth it because I get to do this for you guys. You guys love them, and it's just fun to upload to YouTube, and just the things that I've done here. It's been a blessing for sure. Blessing to be able to talk to you guys on here, and then doing the live streams now are really fun to do. Just talking with the chat, getting really, build up that relationship with the audience. But yeah, no, I love you guys. I love you guys so much. But that was about it from the things I like about the post office, and then the things I didn't like about it, don't like. But yeah, no, there's more things I like than I don't like. But mostly, just the dogs really are what I really don't like. Everything else, it's just the very hard work getting up at 5:30. That's like a given. That's not like things that you can't really control that. So yeah, so it's not really like, yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I went on a whole spiel about dogs for like 9 minutes, I think, in the beginning. So yeah, that added on a lot of runtime to this video. Hope you all have a wonderful day, guys. It was a lot of fun to talk about my job. Shout out my job. It was fun to do, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night and stay safe out there and don't do anything stupid.